Well, hey everyone. Well, reviewing Tokyo in Tulsa, day 0. I got there maybe, I think, 3 hours, 4 hours before they were doing the day 0 ticket pre-orders. So I got there. The hotel, there was like, I think, 3 hotels they could have picked. The two closest one, I chose the cheapest one. I'm glad they gave you more options. And again, this is a bigger convention than the ZumiCon, the one I usually go to. So yeah, I can understand why they offered 3. Because again, the other one that was close next door, from what I heard, they were practically almost booked just off the conventions. Off the convention that were there. They got a sky bridge that connected to it wasn't connected to the hotel. Well, it was connected to the hotel, but it's their parking lot. It's connected to the sky bridge. It is not better than the one at ZumiCon. Because I had a friend who booked to the hotel next to me, Red Hotel, and he wanted me to come visit him in his hotel room that day. I got there and he wanted to, and I hanged out with him, and then we decided to go get our pre-registered tickets. So, and then he decided, hey, let's take the Skybridge, it's a shortcut. We get there, and wow, it's like really, really unstable, and I wouldn't say enough that any like heavy wind will knock it over, but just walking on it, like, if any like heavy debris or some, like the highway, if you live in Oklahoma, if you remember that highway that got hit, knocked that over, I would say if it just even goes 5 miles, it would knock it all over. Just, that's how crazy I think how I feel unsafe on that. At ZumiCon, there was winds that were about the same as it was in Tulsa, and you could barely tell it was windy outside unless you walked outside. That was the crazy thing. I got there at the pre-registers, and good thing it wasn't hot. Wait until later on other reviews that I'll tell you about that, the story about that. We get there, there was a lot of people, more than I thought there would be. So we got there, we were in the front of the line, and it was smart what they did, that they separate the 2 lines. If I remember, it was like A to M and N to Z, or it was basically like that, and I think that was it. I got in the line, and the line I was in, they only had 1 person doing checking the tickets and receipts and giving them their tickets. 1 guy in our line. I'm like, okay, that's okay. Well, there was 3 or 4 people in the other line. That line was moving a lot faster, and I couldn't understand, because if I remember, both lines were pretty good. Like, both of them were pretty even lines, because the line actually went all the way back. It's a long hallway where they had the ticket area, and it went all the way to the back of the building. It kind of looped around to where the front line was, and it was pretty even, which it was pretty bit more than what I thought, and I thought it was kind of dumb when one of those could come over and help our line go a lot faster, because right as I'm getting my ticket, I'd heard, and the best one was when I got my ticket, I heard a lot of the issues were that I guess they didn't print our tickets out, and it was in both lines, that they didn't print all the pre-order tickets, or they misplaced them, because the guy in front of me couldn't find his ticket, and then they couldn't even find my ticket. So what they had to do is you had to show the receipt again, even though you already showed them. You had to show it again, and they had to write your name, your date of birth. Which I think that's a pretty creative idea, that not the name part, but put your date of birth, because you don't have to pull out your ID, you just have to flip it over, and then, because there is sometimes you have to go to 18 plus, because I went to 18 plus panels, and that's a lot faster way to do it, instead of pulling out your bag and then pulling out, because some costumes don't have pockets, like My Kisei outfit for Kuroko no Basket, that doesn't have pockets. My Zoro one does not have any pockets. So that comes a lot handy where you just carry your badge around, has the date of birth, you just gotta flip it over, and there you go. You got it, and they can just let you through. Yeah, and when I got there, I wanted to stay in line because my friend was in the other line. That he was in the back because I don't know why he was in the back, because he was in the same area as I am, but I don't understand why he was in the back. So I waited in the building. Well, this one guy who you're gonna hear a lot about him. He told us everyone who had their tickets to get out. He didn't care. He just told you to get out. And it's day 0. I can understand a little bit if it's day 1, but it's really everyone's in the hallway. There's no setups going in the hallways. There's nothing. I can understand if they're all over the building trying to do something or try to interrupt. Yeah, I can understand that. But we're all in the hallway. We're not doing anything. A lot of people are just standing around waiting for their other friends getting their tickets. But he told just get out of there, and he kicked everyone out that wasn't getting tickets. So we did, and that was pretty much it. All I did was wait outside for him, and I think we went back to his room probably for another hour, and then he wanted to go to sleep early so he can wake up early for 1. So we got there, or I got back to my room, just sat around, looked up more of the convention website, see if anything. But that was pretty much all I did for day 0. I just got home, or just got to the room, and basically I stayed up until like 2 o'clock, and there's a reason why, because we'll talk about that in the next video, but I stayed up until 2 o'clock and then went to bed. So that was really it for day 0. I'll see you guys later.